There's a brand new vampire flick out there, bro. Do you want to sink your teeth into this bad boy, or is it just as generic as all the other ones that came out? Let's figure it out. What's going on, guys and gals? Welcome to Good Will Hunting. It's your boy Brad. The Brett Man's right over there. Today, we're going to be giving you a review, spoiler-free, of course, of Abigail, the newest flick coming from Radio Silence. They did the Scream movie, Scream 5 and 6. They did Ready or Not before that. Now they're coming back to an original title, Birdie, and I'm excited to talk about this one, and I know you are.
Dude, I am so freaking excited to talk about this freaking band and their new hit single, Abigail, dude. I cannot wait to talk about this song. I think this song's going to be badass. We normally don't do songs.
What in the hell?
Sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm talking about our boys of Radio Silence, the production company, run by the two geniuses, that is Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette, with their new original of Abigail. And dude, I'm so excited to talk about this. So without further ado, let's get started.
I never really have been a huge vampire movie guy. I honestly can't think of the last time one came out that I enjoyed, like thoroughly enjoyed. There's been a couple that's been like, oh, that was fun, whatever. But I've always been like, you know what, dude, they really need to make a banging vampire flick that's just a lot of fun and a lot, brutal ass vampires.
Bang.
Bang, bang, bangity bang. I said bang, bang, bangity bang. Oh, bang. Oh, bang. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's bang, bang, but whatever. But yeah, sorry, I gotta do Barney says it. All right. Anyways.
Bangity bang. But man, this flick came out though, and Birdie, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really awesome.
Let me tell you how great of a time I had with this movie, because I did this in my written review on Letterboxd. I absolutely love when movies, just when I think I knew what this movie was going to give me, not only does it give it to me, but it gives me more. And when you could do that, you already get a star up on my Letterboxd right before even the movie title even freaking begins, man. I just tell you, man, I could just tell from that opening scene, like with the credits and everything, you just knew everything was going to be a great time in this, and it absolutely delivered.
It really all starts with characters, and I think just like with Ready or Not, there's a lot of great characters in it. Like basically every character in the movie, they got something about them that, just, little character traits that make them unique. And I like that about groups of characters. They, little things that make them stand out. But Melissa Barrera from the Scream movies, she comes in here. I think this is her best movie by far. I think she's
not even a competition. This is absolutely the best I've ever seen her. I don't think she could do any better than this. So why does she need the Scream franchise at this point? Because I think this movie helps her put her back on the right track.
Yeah, I thought she was freaking awesome in this, as the character of Joey. And then I'll tell you who stole the show, Birdie, was Catherine Newton. We've seen her before. Now she's back. She was great, man. I thought, this was one of those performances that kind of, put her. She's been in like the, the PG-13 stuff, like all that. But this one, like,
and Lisa Frankenstein from earlier this year.
Yeah, stuff like that. But this was the one I think that really could kind of almost take her to the next level. But, I thought the child actor, Alicia Weir, was fantastic as Abigail, the vampire.
Yeah.
If you saw the trailer, you know how, kind of creepy she is, and she kind of keeps that throughout. A lot of depth, a lot of range, you could say, to her performance in this, because she's playing like an innocent child 1 second and then like this freaking demon of a vampire in the next. And the way she goes back and forth between that, I thought she was really good at it. And one of the, nomination for best villain for the Real Horror Awards, maybe.
Dude, I think so, man. But you know what? Here's the deal, too. I did this also in my Letterboxd written review as well. I'm with you, Vo. Bunch of fun characters and like different personality. Their comedic comedy, like chemistry with one another, is fantastic. And the other thing too is like Melissa Barrera does like this one scene where she kind of like just goes through each character just to identify them. And I like that scene because we know exactly what type of character they're supposed to play. And not only that, the cast, you could just tell they were fully bought into their characters. And that always makes a movie more fun and enjoyable when the cast is having more fun. But another thing with Melissa Barrera too, she was just smoking in this movie. She looked absolutely stunning. Her confidence just shined through the screen. And another person I want to bring up, though, because Brad, I totally thought your guy was going to be Peter in this movie. Freaking Peter, big bulky Russian guy. But nah, I'm just kidding. It's not him. Dan Stevens. this guy can't do no wrong. Like in any movie or any character that he is given, he is always going to be a standout. That's the other thing too. This movie is full of standout performances, so it's hard to choose that one person that just really just like outshines everybody else.
Yeah, man, they all did a great job. Moving on, I think this thing did a really good job with kills as well and brutality, like good like effects, special effects. I thought a lot of the effects in this were really good when it comes to kills and stuff. There were some good kills that were just nasty, but there was also a nice creative use of creativity when it came to the kills and some of the things we know about vampires and how they kind of play with those things.
Mm-hmm.
And you might think one thing's going to happen and something else will happen, based on what you know about vampire. And I thought that was kind of cool. It did it a couple times. Now, granted, it didn't really add a lot to the mythology of vampires. It's pretty much, if you've seen one vampire movie in the last 100
You've
years,
seen them all.
yeah, the same. You'll see a lot of the same stuff here. But I thought it did at least try to kind of do a couple things that was fun with that, and that kind of went into a couple of the kills and stuff too, which I enjoyed quite a bit. It kept it pretty fresh, I think.
No, absolutely it did, and also kind of like gave the nods like to past vampire movies, or even like some of our classic Radio Silence movie as well. For example, there is a big nod to Ready or Not, and all I'll say without spoiling anything, you will know when you know.
But, there's a couple of them in there actually, and there's even a couple just like almost exact scenes that were almost pulled from there in different circumstances, I guess. But it was
Mhm.
yeah, I like that. You could definitely tell watching this movie that it's the same group that did Ready or Not, and it was done with the same flavor, very much the same tone and vibe that you get from that movie.
Yeah, and another thing I'll throw in too, because I'm a big fan of when movies do this. Like our boy James Wan is like an expert at doing this, showing off the environment, the haunted mansion. I thought that set looked incredibly well done and polished, and just to show that throughout the like how they begin like the first third of this movie to kind of show your surroundings and not just show them off just to show them off, but show them because we're going to go right back into each and every single one of those rooms. And they used every single room to their absolute limit, and I thought they did a great job.
Yeah, and there was a lot of rooms. That was a big little mansion that we got to explore, and
Mm-hmm.
it didn't just stick to one area. We got to go to different places, and as the story unfolded, new rooms would pop up and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool. There was a particular twist kind of at the end that I didn't necessarily love. I didn't like. I didn't really like the
Mm-hmm.
direction they took. But overall, it turned out decent. There a couple moments was a little slow, particularly like towards the beginning and stuff where it just kind of took
Right.
a minute to get going. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was just great, man.
Yeah, man. I really can't find any real big complaints. Like if I really want to like just just go through there and just like nitpick, I absolutely can. But I don't think it's fair just because again, with how much fun I had with this movie, this hour and 50-minute movie from beginning to end, never a dull moment at all. I had a great time with that. I wish I had a better drink to go with it. So screw you, AMC, for messing up my drink. But other than that, though, the experience was great and the movie was spectacular.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was, Birdie. Yeah,
And lots of real horror award nominees will come from this movie.
yeah, dude. Hey, epic fight scenes too, man, with the characters and the fan. Like, it
Yeah.
was a lot of cool stuff like that. Like the reveal scene that you saw in like one of the trailers they dropped was really like the way that once it expanded into its full scene was really cool.
I think we suck enough blood out of this movie, so let's give it a movie rating. So, Brad, what would you give this movie?
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
Ooh, okay, Brad. Then I guess I'm going to have to be the lone goat on this one, man, because as of right now, I could see later on, maybe in the year or just later on in a few years, this could go down. But as of right now, with how I am feeling, I'm giving this the golden reel. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 because it just blew my expectations out of the water. If I can have a fun with this movie from beginning to end, never a dull moment, I'm gonna give it the golden reel, man.
Hell yeah, that sounds like maybe it might be close to the top of your ranking for the year so far too. I bet.
Big, easily number one. So Civil War, you did not last very long. I gotta ask you all, what did you think about this blood-sucking movie called Abigail? Did you really enjoy this? Do you agree with me giving it a 5 out of 5? Do you agree with Brett over there giving it a 4 out of 5? Or are you one of those rare people that are giving it a way lower score? You didn't even like this movie? Let us know in the comment section down below. Let's get that discussion rolling.
Yeah, and if you want to help us fund the good reels, you can do so by funding us at all of our socials down there in the description. They'll be right down there for you.
Absolutely. Until then, Brad, I am getting kind of thirsty, and it is getting kind of dark, so time to give me a little snack.
Drink some blood.
Oh yeah, Bloody Marys, baby! Woo!